Hello, Sanmodani Makadi. February is one of the busiest months on the African political calendar, as heads of states and government will be convening in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia for the Heads of States Summit. At the top of the agenda for this year is the selection and election of the Commissioner of the AUC, which serves as the Secretariat, while the African Union consists of our governments and heads of states. One of the questions we can ask is, what are the successes of the AUC in the past years that it has had His Excellency Musa Faki as its chairperson, and what are some of the failures and lessons learned? It would be remiss to not mention some of the progress that has been made in championing the youth agenda, first by establishing and supporting the Office of the African Union's Youth Envoy, who plays an overarching role championing concerns and causes that African youth face. In addition to that, there has been the support or establishment of the AU's Youth for Peace Africa program with a specific mandate of championing youth peace and security, and this is supported by the Youth Wise, which is a replica of the panel of the Wise. In terms of shortcomings, I think it is saddening to note that there has been a resurgence of military coups, particularly within the Sahel region, and an increased number of suspended AU member states. Concerning or alarming also is the amount of citizen or civilian support that has gone to military coups or unconstitutional changes of government. In the previous year, we saw a renewed hope in changes within the United Nations Security Council, with the Ezulwini consensus taking center stage, and we saw this being championed as well at the Summit of the Future. So I think there is an increasing sense of awareness, or if not just awareness, I think an increasing sense of being outspoken about African states within global institutions and within global decision-making processes. Some of the priorities and interventions that I think the new AUC administration should be on the lookout for is peace and security, which is a bedrock of other forms of development. With the recent clashes between the presidencies of Rwanda and South Africa, but also the situation in Eastern DRC, and it is important that peace and security takes the centerpiece of the priorities and interventions that the AUC's new administration should focus on. In addition to that, I think youth unemployment remains one of the critical issues that African countries continue to grapple with, and we need to continuously support innovative methods that result in job creation. If I have recommendations or comments for the incoming AUC administration, it is that we need to move from an African Union of presidents to an African Union of people, and really prioritize a human-centered approach that has got welfare at its center. Those are my reflections. I look forward and hope for an impactful new AUC administration that will ensure a more peaceful, integrated, and prosperous Africa.